Yes, we are. We're live.
Because I just did it.
No. Oh my God.
I think. Hi, everyone.
Hello. I
Listen.
haven't texted anybody. Is that still working?
Yeah, I haven't turned it off yet because I haven't set up the other. When I set up the other one, that's when I'll turn it off. So something will always work.
All right. I will. Okay. We can talk about that off.
Yeah. I have light, but it's not even good enough.
You have light?
I have my ring light.
You used to have, but you have a small ring light. You don't have a big ring light. You have like a little one. Like a 12-inch.
It is enormous, and it's
really?
in front of me. Look at my glasses. Can you see how big it is?
Oh, look at that.
Wait, I can't do it. Okay, here we go. Wait, no.
I see double ring lights in your eyes.
Because it's one for each.
It's one for each. I want to move back here. I don't want to lean forward. I want to lean.
All right. So, Melissa, if you're already here, can you write, what did I just say that I needed her to write down? Oh, that we might want to do something for our 400th episode, which is in 25 episodes. So that would be like in 6 months. So we'll be coming up on that right around our event. No, it's not January.
No,
it'll be like March or April.
It would be. We have to look at the dates and whatnot. But yeah, I don't know exactly when we would be doing that because we also have as much as we plan or as much as we try to plan, there's always something funky that happens where we have to reschedule things and, all of that stuff.
Yeah. You mean like for what we're doing?
Yeah, because if it's like, oh, it's going to be in, the week of March 5th. And then we might have, I don't know, a bazillion things happen in January and February.
Yeah, it's true.
And then
I'm trying to get a handle on that, Lo. Like we're building a content calendar that includes what we're doing, plus collaborations, plus event shit, plus membership. So I'm building it now. But I mean, I realize I've said this before, but I really am building it now.
You have.
I have. Okay, I'm gonna go grab a drink.
Okay. And I'm just gonna talk to.
I'll be right back.
Nothing.
Yeah, talk to the. Yeah.
Because I'm sending a text right now. Let's see, podcast. Come see us live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. YouTube link here. All right, so I'm gonna go check this out and see if I can find the link for viewing on YouTube. Oh my gosh, it's a double talking. Okay, so it sounds pretty good, and I'm very impressed with this microphone, folks.
And we're back!
And you are back. No, I'm back. I never... Well, what are you doing?
I went too far back in my chair. I almost died.
Oh my
That was almost the end of me, ladies and gentlemen.
Goodness gracious. Okay, I am going to send... more. I'm going to send the community text thingy-majigger thingy.
All right, I'm going to try something live.
You're going to...
I have this makeup.
Okay.
Glow and Get It. Cooling and brightening eye balm. I'm going to put it on, and then you tell me if it helps, because right now it looks like I've been punched.
Cooling and brightening...
It's called, what did I say? Get It and Glow.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We have some people watching you put this thing on. I'm going again by the non-makeup look today because...
I mean, it's not better at all, but it does feel nice.
Okay.
All right. Anyway.
All right. There we go.
There's only so much we can ask for. Okay. I'm ready. Let's go. Oh, wait. Should I push record?
Yes.
Is starting out already to be a bit of a disaster. I'm sorry.
You should. It's because
I am more prepared than I sound, if that means anything.
Okay. I'm going to hold on. I got to open up my doll real quick.
Cuatro.
What?
I was counting in Spanish.
I know, but I don't know why.
Because I know how. Why does anyone?
Well, I mean, it came out of nowhere.
Look, there's something else I want to sell you while we're here. But
sell me? What are you going to sell me?
I want to show you something cool that I think you'll like. But
okay, one sec. Let me find the StreamYard backup recording. Oh, you know what? Interesting. I'm using my other I'm using my excuse me.
I see that we have 2 viewers. Hello.
My laptop.
Welcome. Thank you
So I'm
for
gonna
joining
stop
us.
this.
We're gonna be here all night, all night.
Okay. Yeah, you can show me something.
Okay, should I hit record on audition though or no?
Let's go. Yes, let's go.
Okay,
5,
1.
4, 3, 2, 1. Press record. Okay.
Hello.
We are recording, or I am
You are.
recording, and you
I
are
am recording
recording.
as well.
Okay,
Okay.
great. All right.
So, I found this new brand of nail polish that is not like a big brand. It's called Mooncat.
Mooncat? Hello, Jenny
Mooncat.
Wetter. Mooncat.
And this is the first
Ooh.
color. You're actually supposed to put it I'm wearing it. You're actually
Love the
supposed to put it over
color.
black because then there's a magnetic wand that will make it have like a light streak across it. This is the one I think you'll really like. This one is called Mercury's Tears.
Ooh, I like them both. I like the black, that dark one with the iridescent. I have one that's
Isn't
yeah,
that pretty?
I have a
You
yes,
really
I
can't even
do.
tell in different light. In my bathroom, it's green. When I was putting it on earlier, it was kind of purple. Right now, it looks blue. It's weird how it changes.
I really love it because I have some nail polish that's one of my favorites that is a metallic gray.
Mhm.
It's super metallic gray, kind of on more on the darker. And
Yeah.
every single time I put it on, I'm like, this is like a really great color. So I
Here,
think
let
that
me
I would love that. I would
here,
love that
actually,
color.
let me, how do I
Let's put it in the show
Yeah,
notes.
I'm gonna
Or
present
what do you mean
my s
present? Oh,
I'm gonna
oh yes,
I'm gonna
you're gonna
present so I can show
present.
you what it's supposed to look like.
Okay. What do you mean supposed to? It looks like good
Because
on your
it looks good, but it turns out they even have a hocus pocus. It turns out that I'm supposed to
Whoa.
put it over dark. So, like, here's the magnetic ones that I got, and these are actually the 2 colors. Um, this is the one I'm wearing. So, like, you can see
Whoa.
if I put it over black, it would be even cooler, right? But
Whoa.
I didn't know until after I got this and after I
Well,
started painting it, I'm like, "Why doesn't it look how it does in the bottle?" And now I know why. And then this is the other one I got. Where is it? Mercury's Tears.
is that supposed to also go under the black?
No, that one I think I would do this is a holographic one. Let's see.
Those are
Where is it?
such
Aren't they gorgeous?
cool nail polish, all the things. I love it.
Maybe it's a glitter one. Where is it? Aren't they pretty though?
They are very pretty.
I'm just gonna type it in because I can't find it. Here we go.
Mercury.
Boom!
That's so rad.
So I think this one I would either you don't need to paint it over something or you paint over white. It looks like
Also,
because
what's with the thing? Did you move look at when you move the mouse, it, like,
I know.
turns.
Oh yeah, it
It,
has a
like,
little
has a
isn't
sprinkle thing.
I know, isn't that cool?
Oh my
This one
god.
says if you mix it with black to mix it up, but like the other color, like I painted it and then I was like, why is this not working? And then where did it go? Um, when you go to read it, it's like, oh, here's how to do it. Always do one at a time. Um, once your nail, and then it says for faster, start with a coat of cream. Use black for dark. See how she makes the magnet? Did you see that?
Yeah,
It comes with a
yeah.
little magnetic wand. It's so cool.
Very cool, and then
Boop.
you ooh,
I mean, that's pretty awesome.
that is pretty awesome. I've never seen anything like that. That's
Yeah.
really cool. I love it.
Yeah. So
Oh,
sorry. I know, sorry. How do I stop sharing? Okay. So I meant to have that. And you can see that I didn't succeed because I didn't read all the instructions, which is, typical of me.
yeah, but it still looks really,
But it's
really
still
cool. I
pretty, and then
really
next
dig
time
it.
I do it,
It's
it'll be
so
even
nice.
cooler. Thank you. I wanted witchy nails. It's October.
I think they would work for almost anything. Excuse
Yeah,
me
you're
with
right.
my nose blowing. Okay. All
Okay.
right. Well,
So
thank you for that. We have to put a little bit of that in the show notes, even though people won't know because we haven't. This is not part of the show yet because we haven't
no, and
started the
it's
show
not an
yet.
affiliate, and they don't pay me. I just got it and thought you would like it, Elsie, because you like all things
It
glitter like me.
looks awesome. I love it. It
Mooncat,
is
mooncat.com. It's cool.
mooncat.com,
Mooncat.
y'all.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
I love
Okay,
it. Okay.
so, what you may not realize, so I could just start the show. Why don't I just do that
Yeah.
before
So
we get
let's
started?
go ahead and start the show.
Okay. I forget how I start.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, hey everyone, welcome to She Podcast, episode 375. I am your co-host, Jessica Kupferman, and with me, as always, wearing a gorgeous shade of mustard, Elsie Escobar. What you may not realize if you are first tuning
Yes.
into this show is that this is an award-winning podcast.
Get
Or
out of town. What?
or is it that we are award-winning? Elsie and I have been awarded 2022 Influencer of the Year award. And it's not really for our podcast, it's really me and you, right? We
I
are
don't
the award
know.
winners.
She
We're
podcast, which
award-winning.
is
She was already an award-winning podcaster, but I Friends was not. So now I am, and I'm getting all kinds of arrogant about it.
okay. Now
I'm
you
gonna
can
let it
add
go to
it
my
to our
head, okay?
website. Now we can add
Yeah.
it to our website. And of course,
Yeah.
the cat has decided now to get up out of the bed and well, maybe he'll go
Uh-oh.
under the bed. And so I don't have to get up and go open the door because you know what happens when cats can't
Yes.
get out.
Yeah.
So,
Remember?
yes. So, yes, we are. Yay. Look at that. We are getting some love.
Yay.
Lena, thank
Ooh,
you so
ooh,
much for the
ooh,
love.
ooh.
Hands up. But yes, I am super excited. I think that that's so
Yes.
amazing. And I'm humbled and all of the things. And it was
Me
such a
too.
surprise. It's like, what?
I
It's
know. I didn't even know we were not.
me?
Somebody asked me, I posted on my personal Facebook, and someone was like, "How does one go about getting nominated?" And I was like, "Beats me." But thank you. And Todd commented and said that 2,300 people voted.
Yeah, and it's part of like, yeah, it's an influencer. Thank you so much. Thank you,
I
Jenny. That
know. I
means a
can't.
lot. It's
Thank
like
you.
of our own peers, which is really nice
I
to
know.
know.
It means a
So you're
lot.
gonna have to talk to the people while I go
Okay,
open the
go
door
deal
for
with
the
your
cat.
cat. Yes, unexpected wins are the best. And I was truly surprised, and we're both very grateful. And I didn't even know we were nominated, which I feel kind of bad about, but it's just, because of the event coming up, or was supposed to be coming up like next week. Um, I think maybe the nominations and submissions and voting, it all kind of slipped by us a little bit. Um, so we were so excited. We were tweeted and told that we won via Twitter, which was very exciting.
It was very exciting. Now, oh my God, mind you, y'all, listen. Bed casting is like the best thing ever. Just letting you know.
Are you
But
bed casting right
I
now?
am bed casting right now.
That's
But
like a whole new genre.
it's a whole new genre. Yeah, correct.
I
And
bet you
plus,
should do it
mind
on
you,
OnlyFans.
there
Sorry.
um
I'll
my
bed cast with you.
I know, right? Listen, we have bed casted together. Is that a thing? Like we have bed casted together. We totally
We
have.
have.
And wait,
Yes.
we have
It's one
bed
of my
casted.
favorite memories of you.
Yes, I know, but I mean, we've bed casted together as in like on the same bed, you and I, and
Yeah, yeah.
also
We
in
were sharing a
separate beds.
microphone.
No,
That's
but
true
we've
too.
also we've done that. That's what I'm saying. But and it's a great experience, y'all. If you could bed cast, just do it because it's awesome.
Yep.
But it's also awkward and very hard to move around and get in and out. So me having to open the door for the cat was a whole to do, and then like you're
Mhm.
sitting here and the whole thing
That's true.
moves,
I
and
don't recommend you do it
so
often.
you have to just be still. Whenever you're bed casting, there's very little mobility you can have.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
So
saying.
the time that
Oh
Elsie and
my
I
god.
bedcasted together in the same room, we were sharing a microphone in the middle.
Yes.
And the way that we would indicate that we wanted to talk would be we would lean towards the microphone to talk, and then we would lean back when we were done talking so the other person could talk. And at a
Because
moment where we were both particularly talkative, we banged our heads together.
yes, and
It was so
also
stupid.
it is the most
And it made
awkward
us
thing.
laugh. Yes.
But
We're
it
like,
wasn't even the banging the legs together, dude. It was the fact that we were so close because it was like
I know, because
we were 6 inches apart from each other.
It
And
was
that's
ridiculous.
very awkward.
It was very awkward, but funny. At
So
least it
look,
was
we have
funny.
a shout out for your
I
mug,
know, for my
for
mug. I'm
anybody who
drinking
is
from the Great Pumpkin mug.
the
There's
Great
Linus
Pumpkin
waiting for
mug.
the Great Pumpkin. There's Snoopy. Who's that? Oh, no, there's no one else with him. Unless it's
That's it. It's
Sally.
Linus.
Yeah, Linus, all alone in the pumpkin patch.
Yep.
Isn't that relatable, people?
It is relatable, people. And
Waiting for your made up hero that's never going to come. Oh, that was depressing. I'm
that is
sorry.
kind of depressing.
That
We
was
don't want
super
to know about
depressing.
that.
I'll go back. Let's forget I said that.
Hmm.
All right. So today on the show, we have all kinds of good stuff to tell you about.
Well, we had a request. Let's go ahead and start with our news.
Okay.
Yay. All right. So the request was actually came in from varied places because a couple of weeks ago, because we're a little late here, because Jess was celebrating New Year's
Yeah.
last
Yes,
year.
that's right.
Last year.
Last year for me.
For you.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Mhm.
Okay. But last week, and therefore we
Technically, it
had
is for you because it's
that's
everyone's year.
because yes, correct. But you
Right.
were not recording with me. We had a special co-host, Ariel Nissenblatt, came and we had a fantastic show
Sorry.
together. But you were not here. And as soon as we finished recording, almost I think the following day, this like crazy news, or maybe it was that same day after we finished, dropped that there was it was an article on Bloomberg, and the headline was
Yeah.
podcasters are buying millions of listeners with mobile ads. And literally almost as much as when it hits, I started to get pinged on Twitter. I had messages hitting my inbox. You need to discuss this and all this stuff. And I was like, oh my God. All right,
I
people.
mean,
So,
what do we think about it?
well, see, here's I mean, listen, larger companies are looking to grow their audience. They're going to be investing in doing such a thing. They have the resources. They are in the like they need to grow their audiences because the more people are listening to their show, the more downloads they have, the more they're going to get paid. They're looking to make money. That's the whole point of creating podcasts. It's not because of the goodness of their heart. It's not because of the impact that they were going to be having on, communities. No, no. It's
No, no,
all
no.
about making the cash. And therefore, if they can do whatever it is that they can do, they'll do it. And in this case, what they did is through another company that specializes in this type of sales, you sell ad space inside of apps that are games, right? So game apps. And my kids have this on some of their apps where I was always
I
going,
have it on almost
what are
every
you
I
doing?
play a billion games on my phone.
And you have to
And
do
they all have like if you want to speed it up, watch an ad, or
yes, yes.
if you
Or
want
sign
extra
up for the other
coins
thing.
or an
Yes.
additional gem or whatever, here's an ad you can watch. And then even if you don't like sometimes even if you don't opt for it, they make you do it in order to get to the next level
Right.
game. So,
Totally. And
yeah,
they do that. Hello,
it's a
Bonnie.
lot.
We miss
Yeah.
you too. We are
Hi,
shouting
girl.
out Bonnie
What up,
Frank.
girl?
Uh, so that is essentially what they're doing is so you have a free app. So these are people who have downloaded free game apps on their phones. And in order
Mhm.
for them to continue moving up on their game, they have to do the actions like just mentioned. And one of the actions that they have to perform is for in this case, it would be to go download a podcast,
Right.
right? And the whole idea is to go essentially I would assume that it's clicking a link. It's doing an action on the file, correct? And so they
Mhm.
would just click on the link and it would require I don't remember if it was like 20 seconds of listening or 20
Like
seconds of
30
pushing
probably.
something like that. And then and that was it. And then once they finished the action, then they would go back to their game. They would
I've
continue.
never seen one. I will say I've never seen one for a podcast before. It is almost always a game identical to the one you're playing. Like I've never
Well,
seen
no, I haven't
like
actually
listen
seen that.
to Happier by Gretchen Rubin right now.
Right, no, I
Never.
mean, and it has something to do with the type of I agree in that respect, and I think that there are some games that are more I guess, in line with it, but my
It's
kids sometimes have
acceptable.
to do weird things that
Yeah.
of signing up for something else or download what happens sometimes, it's like you have to go download another game. Like, that's usually what tends to happen. It's like if you download this game, you get more whatevers on this side,
Right.
and you
Right.
have to do that action in order for you to get the thing. Anyway, all that to say that that's what they were doing, and therefore, there's a lot of people who are playing a game, and they're like, "Oh my god, I have to go do this thing," and then they would go do the thing, and then they would press download the episode, and that would tell the podcast that they are getting all these downloads, right? And
Yeah.
and
I
of
mean,
course, this is for advertising campaigns. So the more, because they're getting paid per download. For every 1,000 downloads, they're getting a CPM. This is for CPM campaigns. This is not for the type of campaigns that most of us in the world here of podcasters are selling. If we are selling our platform, or if we're selling like $200 or $500 per month, or 1,000 per month, or whatever you're charging for your podcast, that's not it. This is
no, it's
CPM stuff
different.
that's being, the way that most of the people who are getting hundreds of thousands of downloads per episode per month, or at least 5 figures of downloads per episode per month. And so therefore it behooves them to do these CPM campaigns. So
I
that's
mean,
the deal. That's
you
the deal
have
with
to
this.
think of these types of ads to be similar to a pop-up ad when you're on a website. It's almost identical. So companies will buy impressions when they buy digital advertising. It's how many times can you serve up this ad? And let's say it's $1,000 for 100,000 impressions. Companies are acutely aware that that doesn't mean 100,000 people are going to click on the ad, but they have seen it. And
Right.
so it's like and in Spotify right now um they have impressions and downloads. Like if you are doing dynamic ad insertion, that you are now able to be shown impressions versus downloads, just like on digital advertising. Like your stats will show this many people saw the ad, this many people listened to it for more than X amount of seconds. And that's the difference between impressions and downloads. So this is the same thing. They've paid for impressions, and of course they're going to want to see how many actual downloads they've gotten, but I don't know that every impression counts as a download, or maybe there's some confusion as to the difference between the two.
No, I think
um
that what's happening, from what I gathered from that information, okay, is that they had, it depends on whether or not, because you have to remember that in podcasting, it's a progressive download. So if somebody is
it's
tapping
true.
through on the media file, it is considered a download, regardless of whether
You
it's
know
listened
how
to, regardless, it's just slowly being coming through. Now, here's the thing. If there are IAB filters, IAB stats filters for wherever this podcast but this podcast is hosted,
Mhm.
then it does do a cutoff, right? So that we can filter out mistakes, because this happens all the time too. People click on a thing and they're like, "Oh, no, I didn't want to go there."
Mhm.
Or they start doing something and they realize, "No, I don't have time." Like and so it filters out, and it's based on, sometimes they are filtered based on how much of the file was downloaded to the device. So it's about size in the device, or how long it was listened to, which needs to be, I believe, up to 60 seconds. So 60 seconds needs to be listened to, or heard, or whatever, played through, right? Played. I can't say
Mhm.
listen to, because it needs to be played at least 60 seconds. If it's anything less than that, then IAB stats filtering will filter all of those out so that you don't get them anymore. And so I don't know if with these folks, like whatever the ad is, if it is pushing through beyond that, like if it is actually making them stay longer than X amount of time, or make sure that it's there for, like, count to 10
I
and then go
mean
back. I don't
I
know.
mean, but again, similarly, like, have you ever had like a pop-up ad takeover where like we used to do these at Subaru where they would actually pay extra to have like the ad. It was a car, right? So it was easy to
Mhm.
do this. Like the pop-up comes up, and if no one notices it for a minute, it'll then zoom across the page.
Right.
It's called a takeover, which is like it just takes over your screen for a minute. So I'm wondering if like this is the audio equivalent to that,
Mm.
which will technically count as a download,
Right, right.
but not actually be. And actually, you have to. This is why it's silly to count downloads in the first place, because you and I have discussed like downloads could mean a lot of things. That like think about how we listen to stuff. Like you listen, then you weren't paying attention, you have to go back and listen again, or you get interrupted and you have to finish listening later. Like it's all relative. I hope that people are measuring. I mean, I can't say that corporate companies are measuring this way, because I know that downloads equals dollars for them, which is why they're buying advertising like
Mhm.
this, because the more downloads, the more money, and it doesn't matter how you get the download.
Exactly, and it
You
doesn't.
just need the number so that someone
Yes,
can pay you the dollar.
exactly, and I think
But
that that's
we
right.
don't work that way.
We don't work that way, and also the thing is that yes, it is really just about an exchange of how to get X amount of things, right? It's
Mhm.
an ability for it's because we are value not well, yeah, we are valuing volume, like more equals better, more you'll get more money. And therefore it doesn't matter how you get that download,
Mhm.
it as long as you get paid. That does not
It's
mean that these people's audiences, that these podcasts have an audience that is reflective of the numbers of downloads, right? That's where is
right.
that big discrepancy, because a lot of the audience size of the podcast is not equal to the amount of downloads that they're getting. They're just getting paid for such a thing. And then the
Yeah.
larger discussion, Jess, and I'd love your this is the point here is that this practice is actually it's legal. Like they're not doing anything I can't say wrong. They're not being doing illegal stuff.
It's
This is a
not.
legal practice. This is advertising. This is marketing. This is buying stuff. It's
I
buying.
mean, it's not even technically unethical, because if that's the way the
Snap.
game is played, then
Right.
that's the way you play the game. Whereas like um and then the other part of it is, and I'm thinking this goes with digital advertising too, is like um you can pay for X amount of spots. But like this is how it used to work with banner advertising. Like you would pay for 100,000 impressions, but if there was empty ad space, I'd fill in banners even if they already missed their quota and give them extra.
Right.
Because and so it could be that these extra things are just they're just creating more downloads. It's just so the company can say we have this many downloads. Um but I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't see it as unethical any more than I do um counting your internet radio stats into your downloads. Like there are people who are on internet radio stations and then say they have 2 million downloads when really it's been played on a website X amount of times, as opposed to actually being downloaded in a podcast listening app. Like
Hmm.
when I first started my agency, do you remember? And I was just like, this person's telling me they have 20, meanwhile, their actual show on Libsyn is getting 200.
Right, right.
But they're
It's a
saying they have a million because of internet radio, which you can't even like, how
count.
am I supposed to count that?
It's a different
There's no
counting. Yeah.
yeah, there's no quantifiable, like, analytics to prove that anyone has listened to it, and it's not just a bot
Right.
going around and around. So, I don't know, advertising and ethics is like I don't know, I can't think of a lobster and ketchup.
All right. I want
They
to say
don't
hi like
they don't go together.
giving a shout out to Gabriela. I think this is she's a new part of our She podcast
Hi.
community. Hello, hello. So nice to see you.
Welcome.
Welcome. No, so and I know that you were saying about I do think that it's unethical. I do think it's unethical. I think it's unethical because it's hurtful to our entire industry. It's hurtful to the sense of because it becomes so commoditized and our audiences are not I think that it's misleading not only for advertisers, because advertisers are looking to get reach to audiences. They're
Mm.
not buying downloads. You know what I mean? The reason that they're
That's what
paying
I
to
was just gonna ask
advertise.
you is, do you equate this to buying followers?
Yes, absolutely. I equate this to Twitter. Remember Twitter bombing?
I
Do you remember
don't,
that? You don't
because
remember Twitter bombing?
because buying followers is actually oftentimes a fake person. These are not fake
No,
people.
well,
They're
but
just
they're
not
not listening.
technically a full download, but
They're not
they're real people though.
There are, but they're not they're not your audience. These are just they're like random people, have nothing to do with your
How
show.
do you know if it's like if it's like a show like
It's
uh
a small let's
what
put it like
give me an
this.
example of any show for Christ's sake. I can't.
It's a
Fresh
small
Air, okay?
percentage.
Okay, Fresh Air technically could appeal to anyone. You could advertise that anywhere and get new listeners. You and I
Really?
have, I don't know. I just used it as the
Well,
first thing I could
well, no,
think of.
listen, I'm
Our
just
show,
saying.
on the other hand, we have to advertise on very specific apps in order to get a bigger audience,
Right,
right?
but
You
what
can't
if
just put
they're
it on anything.
like focusing in on like
You're like, really?
really? No, I'm serious. Like Fresh Air. No, I'm just saying. I understand
That
what
was a
you're
bad
saying,
example.
but
This
the
American
whole
Life.
point is that they're not going to click through and continue listening to the show. I can guarantee you though that like the interruptedness of when you're playing a game and then you have a podcast come on, I don't think that there's a world in which I would all of a sudden decide, you know what? This
Let
in-depth
me.
conversation, I will continue listening and
Tricky.
then go follow them on all of the podcast apps. Like, I just won't do that.
To
Sometimes
be
I'm
fair,
I'm
the
either
podcast has got to be more interesting than like match 3 Candy Crush type games. Like maybe you would.
well, maybe it would, but at the same time, it's like, how do they then find it? How do
Oh,
they
you
find the
click
show?
through, don't you, to finish
Yeah,
listening?
but it's not, but we don't know what the landing page is. It could be like the URL, it could be the MP3. Like, I don't know what the
I would
execution
assume
is
it
on
would
these things.
open in Apple Podcasts
No,
or
it won't. No, it's a different, it's probably linking to the MP3 is what I'm thinking.
that's
Because
useless. What?
the downloads are coming from browsers. So they're not coming from an
Uh,
Apple. So they're like a browser thing. So it's a landing
website.
page that they're
Okay.
hitting, and they're hitting the landing page and you're doing the action, and it's not optimized for
I mean, that's just,
conversion to
yeah,
people then subscribing or following your show. It's not
that's just
happening.
dumb funnel setup.
It's
That's just
dumb,
dumb.
not even funnel,
Kinda
dude.
dumb.
Not
Not fun,
funnel.
well, funnel in the sense that you flow chart, then flow, workflow, because you go here, then here, then here.
It's
It's
dumb.
not a
All I'm
funnel, but,
saying
like,
is, like, stop doing it because you're messing things up for
I
the
mean,
rest
who's
of us.
you? Who's you? Like, who are you?
The
Who's
people,
do Thank you, Elsie.
the people that are doing this horrible thing.
Okay,
Just
listen, again, I will say, it's annoying, but it's one of those things that doesn't pertain to independent podcasters because
you're correct.
we don't really have shows that
No.
advertise in this way, nor do we have companies that wanna
Nope.
be on our shows in this way. But also it's not the same as buying fake listeners, I think.
Yeah.
It sounds like it is based on how we've described it because it doesn't technically count as a download, but at least they're real people. Like, there are influencers out there making tons of money because they bought bots to
Right.
pretend like they have
There
followers, and you can still do it. Google
yeah,
it.
no, you can still do it. I know, but it's just I think it's anyway, whatever. I don't just stop it.
I didn't bring it up. All
Just
right,
stop it.
next.
No, I mean, I
Next.
know. Hey, listen, I know that you didn't bring it up. I'm
You're
saying
like,
we've
"Stop
discussed it
it."
because it was requested of us to discuss this
I
issue.
know, I love it.
Anyway, we are now moving to another new show that has just popped in here because we had been covering the home
Oh
edit.
my
So
god.
now the
The
home edit.
home
Oh
edit.
my gosh, but there's a 404 error of this link. Where did they go?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, we have to find them. Let's see if we can find the actual link because I had a link
Oh,
in the show
crap.
notes
Hold
from
on.
the Hollywood Reporter.
Wait,
How come it didn't go? This is
h
not
let's just do home edit podcast, and then click under news.
okay. I got it. I got the thing. All right. So the Hollywood
Yeah,
Reporter
here
is
it is.
showing that the home edit stars expand into podcasting with Sony Music. So this is premiering in October. Clea Shearer and Joanna Taplin tell the Hollywood Reporter Best Friend Energy will be weekly series with casual conversations about friendship and celebrations of small achievements, complete with plenty of laughter.
Yay,
So there
laughter.
we have that. It's called Best Friend Energy. That's what the show is called. How
I
about
mean,
that?
that's nice. They
And it's
do have nice
premiering.
best friend energy.
They do have that. And so we've been covering
I think
the home
and
edit for a while. I introduced Jessica to the home edit on Netflix and
and the
therefore and then
that.
she went and got what did you the workbook and stuff?
I got a workbook and the book and the workbook so that I could rearrange my life into rainbow aesthetic as well. Because that's what they do. They make rooms look like perfectly organized rainbow aesthetic, like
Yes.
model homes.
Yeah. So I have not heard it. All I'm saying is
It's
that now they've got a
exciting.
show and it's a BFF show. It's about banter. And
I mean,
I mean, it's like our show. It's essentially our show.
it sounds
But
like the exact definition of our show. But here's the thing.
right. Yes.
I'm a little happy for them that they're doing this because
A little
the
happy.
episodes that well, yeah, happy in the sense that I hope it expands their personal brand, each of them, because on
Oh,
the show, The Home Edit, and even in the books, their personalities each revolve around one thing. So for Clea,
organizing.
no,
Oh,
no. Whenever they
oh,
say something personal about themselves, for Clea, it's wine o'clock. That's her
oh.
whole personality is wine o'clock. And then Joanna's whole personality is candy obsessed. Both of which I think are not exactly. I mean, look, we're all human.
Right,
I
right.
drink wine. I love candy, but like, it's not the most interesting thing about me. In fact,
Right.
it's probably the least interesting thing about me.
Yeah.
So, like, why is Joanna's only personality trait that she eats candy? That's horrible.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, here and there you can pick up that one's more anal, one's more relaxed, one's more this, one's more that. But like, I'm hoping the podcast for them will be a little bit of an expansion into their
into their yeah,
personality.
I am all in that. So if anybody would like to listen and send us some voice feedback,
Yeah,
and you
because
can
you know we
actually
won't
send
be
it over
doing it.
to a feedback. Hey, listen, I might. Feedback at
I want you to.
shepodcast.com. You can send us your thoughts about the Best Friend Energy. Is that what it's called? Best Friend
Best
Energy
friend
show.
energy.
And let us know how they're doing, right? Because I'm all in for this. I mean, I also saw the other bit of news about The Young and the Restless has also launched a podcast 50
What?
years 50 years
What?
after the soap opera, right? The soap opera. You know what that is,
I
right?
know the
So
Young and the
so
Restless.
they just released a podcast. And I'm not
About
sure
what?
that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is it like a companion show? Like, it literally was just news. It was just news. It was released this week. And so I'm like, I kind of dig the idea because the fan bases around soap
Dude,
operas are massive.
it is the audio of the show.
Get out of town.
That's what it is. Jack defends his family, Billy comforts Chelsea, Nikki is caught scheming with Phyllis. Watch it on CBS and streaming on Peacock. It's just the description just says number one daytime drama for over 35 years is now available in audio form.
Jessica,
I know, it's a
I
really
think
good idea.
this is genius. I know it's so
It's a really
good.
good idea
It's so
because
good.
because I think of all the times that I was mad in class missing One Life to Live, actually, is what my
Yeah,
my
look at
roommate got me
that.
hooked on One Life to Live, and I would
This is so
sometimes I
good.
had class in the middle of it. It would really piss me off because in 1993, I didn't it's not like I had a VCR where I could just, like, DVR everything,
Right.
right? I would just miss it and have to be caught up. I'd have to have Heather take notes and tell me all about it. So, like, it would be great to have it in my ear and listen on the way to class. I mean, obviously, you're not listening live, but just to be able to hear it later. You don't have to see their hair and outfit. I mean, it's the same every time.
I love
Yeah, see, Bonnie says, I scheduled my classes around all my children. See?
Look at this.
What is it
My
about college
grandmother
and
used
soap
to
opera?
make us watch Ryan's Hope. Yes, we get
Yes.
we get all of that. I mean, for us, it
Yeah.
was like for me, it was
And
telenovelas
Guiding
as
Light is a big
well,
one.
which was great. Las novelas at night for grandmas was always so good. I got super
It's
sucked into
true.
that stuff. But I think this is a genius idea. And in
Mhm.
fact, I think this is better. This is a better idea than
Then
creating a soap opera for audio.
you don't even need it on video. It's true. This is perfect audio.
It's
It
perfect
really
audio
is.
as is. Like, there's no
As
need
is.
for anything else
None.
because you're already in it and it's already like it's genius because that way if you miss
Genius.
an
I
episode, you could
agree.
just listen. Like
Yeah. Yep.
so
You
good.
can listen on the go, listen in your car, listen on long
Yeah.
trips, save them up for when you're driving to
So good.
Pittsburgh from North Carolina.
I mean,
It's
and it's the
perfect.
perfect background show. Like when I was driving here, when when we were coming, I'm in Pittsburgh right now. I'm not in my home office. I'm at the in-laws house and I
That's
am
why
on
she's
the
bed
I'm
casting.
bed casting. That's why I'm bed casting today. And so on the road, sometimes I need to listen. I prefer to listen to voices than to listen to music. So
Mm.
I like to listen to podcasts that I know this is going to sound really bad, people, but I like to listen to podcasts that I don't have to pay attention to. And this
Why does that
is,
sound bad? That's great. It's like it helps to focus.
yeah. And I don't have to but I feel
Yeah,
like
think.
people might be disrespect to to know that I have them in my ears when I don't wanna like, I have specific podcasts that I put on when I don't wanna pay attention so that if I miss a whole chunk of the conversation, it's not gonna be pivotal, and that's
Right,
why there's, like, a lot of shows that are really informative and, like, really good that I can't listen to because I don't wanna miss it.
right.
Whereas but it doesn't mean that they're better than the podcast that I just put in the background. Does that
No, it's just a
it
different
it's a
purpose.
different purpose, exactly, and so
Yeah, it's not an insult.
this is the
Yes.
perfect one. I love it.
It
I love it.
is, it's such a good idea. I had no idea that they were doing this, but I think this is a great use of the medium too,
Yeah.
and I love to say great use of the medium because it makes me sound like an authority figure. It's a great use of
Listen,
the medium. I was just
I
talking in my QA about NFTs and great uses of that medium,
oh, were
and
you
I
now?
sounded
Did you
super
s
smart
were you're like,
then,
"Great
and I
uses of
sound
the
super
medium."
smart now. It is a great use of the medium.
Yes, I hear you. Okay, so here's the other, bit of news, and this is actually wait, you know what? This isn't news. I wonder if I can just we're gonna shift the transition here. We are
Mm.
gonna make this a tool tip.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Pokey.
So this is just released. This is just released. We are talking about Tink Media has released a call-in number. It's Tink's
Mhm.
podcast hotline. Okay. So here's why it's a tooltip. So what it really is, it's just a hotline, which is 1-844 pod at me. And what you do is you call this number whenever you are looking for a podcast to listen to. And every day there is a new podcast that you can listen to.
That's
So
a fucking good idea
I
and a
know.
great use of the medium. It is, because it would be even better if it's like press 1 for true crime, press 2 for comedy.
Wait, sorry. I have to change the subject real quick. But
Go
yes,
ahead.
I watched Rosa Salvaje. I did not watch Cuna de Lobos. I did watch Muchachitas was my favorite.
I
And
love
there
that
was
name, Muchachitas.
Muchachitas was one of my favorite, and then there was another one, it was about, like oh, Quinceañera, holy crap, Quinceañera was my world.
Quinceañera.
Quinceañera was my world. Okay, continue on.
There's a
Press
new
1
wait,
for
wait, there's
whatever.
a new comedy called Los Spookies, and it's
I
really
saw
funny.
that.
I love it. Have you
I have
seen it? Do you
not
like it?
watched it. I have
Please
not
watch it
watched
and
it.
tell me if it's funny, because Scott won't let me watch it because
No.
he doesn't like subtitles, but I'm like, these guys are hilarious. All right,
Oh
go
my
ahead.
god. All right.
Los Spookies.
Los Spookies. Okay, so, Jess, you were
Muchachitas.
saying press 1 for whatever, press 2 for
Oh,
something
wouldn't
else.
it be even better? I mean, if it's one a day, that's fine, because you know what?
Yeah.
That's content that I could literally do tomorrow for an hour. Today's podcast recommendation is this: read the description, see you later, bye. And I could just do it until the end of time.
Yes.
But it would be cool if you could press 1 for comedy, press 2 for true crime, and then just have a bucket that it can pull from of like
Yeah.
all the ones that you like. And you can just add to the bucket, like in Meet Edgar or Buffer.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
keep adding to the bucket.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, for another one, if you've heard this one or think it sucks, press 1. And then it'll just give you another one.
That is really quite amazing. I think
Thank
that
you.
that would be awesome. Now, mind you,
Thank
Jess,
you. Thank you.
you can actually do this. You can call the number, and here's the other bonus feature of this hotline. You call the number, you get like the podcast that it tells you to listen to or whatever. And then it says, if you have your own, leave it after the beep. So like you can
Ah!
leave your own. Why don't you do it? Do it, Jess. I think it
I
would
don't
be
want to.
so great. Why
You think
not?
I should
Wait,
do it?
oh, it's because you don't listen to podcasts. I forgot.
No,
I
it's
forgot.
because our show is so specific. Like I was just saying, like
No,
no one in my
not about
family.
us. I'm not
Oh, our
saying to
favorite one. Oh, you're
oh,
saying
just
make a hotline?
no,
What
to
are you saying? Tell me what
respond.
you're saying.
To like
Oh,
you call the number when they say you tell us what you want us to or like you talk about a
oh.
podcast. Not like we're doing a hotline, not that.
No, but now I kind of want to have my own hotline.
For what though? You should
I
have your
don't
own
know.
hotline not about podcasts. You should have something else.
That's rude.
It is not it's just like it's too dude, we can't be
I would
creating the same
never
thing
have a
somebody else.
hotline to recommend podcasts when I haven't truly listened to a full one since like 2006.
All right, that's some truth right
But
there, people. Some
but I
truth
mean I
right there.
listen here and there, but not the whole way through. But what if we had a hotline for She Podcast that was like for information about our membership, plus one. For information about our events, press two. To
I
hear these
mean,
options again, press three.
I wanna have a hotline, like, we need to have a hotline where people yes, I would say, yeah, like, it would
To
be
hear
but it
about
has to be so
Elsie's
funny.
To hear Elsie's tech tool of the day, press 1. To hear about Jessica's makeup preferences of the day, press 2. To make fun of them and leave them a heckle joke, press 3.
This would be great. See, I'm
It
all
would.
good with that. That would be the best,
I
like,
can think of a
voice
million
feedback
uses
line.
for a hotline. I don't know why this has spurred this kind of creativity in me, but I can think of 100 reasons why we could have a She Podcast hotline. Today's recommendation, woman podcaster of the day or woman of color podcast. It's, woman of color Wednesday. That sounds
That sounds
maybe
not
that
good.
doesn't sound good.
That does not sound
But then, Thursday could be
dude, let's not
maybe we shouldn't.
I just like the funny,
Because I just thought
jokey
of
things.
Freaky Friday and like who would be on that day?
Yeah,
Freaky Friday would just be like a random freaky show. Like I can't think of one off the top of my head, but we've heard of some crazy ones.
oh, but then no. I'd rather not keep like no. I'd rather just keep it
Mom
to
Mondays. We can do mom podcasts on Mondays.
I don't want to do a podcast. I like the first one that you were talking about silly things. I think the silly
Okay,
things are
sorry.
funnier than there's enough pot. Let's no. I don't want to
You're
do
right.
that.
You're right. Hotline. I mean, just having one would be great though.
Having to be funny is hard.
Not for me,
Okay.
just for you.
Yes, just for me. It is. It is.
But
It's
actually,
it's a
what's
chore.
sad is that it's not hard for you. You just don't know when you're doing it.
This is true.
I'm
And
actually conscious of my funniness. However, you are oblivious to yours.
I am yes, I agree.
I was
I do suck
actually
at it.
thinking about you this morning. I was thinking about you, and I was thinking the first thing I should ask you today is what kind of tech tools have you dreamt up lately? Because I want to know what more bad ideas you have rattling around in that brain of yours because it was such comedy gold the other day.
We had so many people engage with that
I
post
know because
on
we posted it.
LinkedIn.
You know
You
why? Because it was
haven't
on
posted it.
LinkedIn.
Dude, you haven't posted it anywhere else, and it's the funniest thing ever.
I
You
know. I
have
thought
not posted it
you're right. I
on,
haven't.
like, I think it would be how long is that segment?
Like 2
It's
minutes, barely a minute and a half.
because we could do
It
that,
just
like, you
seems
could
to
post
drag
it
on forever.
you could post it on I think you could post it on Twitter.
Mhm.
It's
It's on TikTok.
hilarious.
It
It's
is.
just such a funny bit, but
It is
obviously,
hilarious.
I'm, like, mortified by the
But, like, do you have
entire
any other good
I
tech
haven't had
ideas that
any
no
good
one's invented? Any good inventions, Elsie, that we don't know about?
Hey, listen, stop it. I
Mm.
usually have really great ideas most of the time.
Like a grocery holder, but, like, that you wear across your chest, you can just stuff it full of groceries, like a I
Like,
don't know, like, what could you
that's
put
where
in
you
your
put your
like a
fruit?
bra.
Like a
A bra, but for your groceries.
no, listen, it was a really good idea. By the way, y'all,
It was
listen,
not! Whatever.
it I like anyway,
It was the
listen,
worst idea you've ever had.
I have this now, Jessica, my headphones, remember the headphones?
Yeah, the pink ones.
My
Oh,
my
yeah.
little pink one? Okay.
Pink Bose,
So, I
the best.
used them so much that I ripped the squishy things around the ears,
Oh,
the little
no, I
then
hate
like, they
that.
were so trashed, it was so disgusting, and I still kept using them.
Do you sleep in them? Because that's what happens when I sleep in
No,
headphones
I
like
don't
that.
sleep with these things, but I wore them so
They're
much
comfy
that I
though.
they completely got trashed. I will have to s I bought the little thingies, the little squishy thingies, and now I
Look, they're
have
brand new.
I replaced them. They are gray, by the way, so they're
You
not
couldn't
matching.
find white
There
ones?
weren't any white ones, so they are gray, and that
That
is
looks
kind of
hideous.
weird. It
It
looks
looks weird.
gross. It
It
looks kind
does.
of gross and weird. Correct, you would be correct. But
It's like a car, but the hood is a different color and like one door. It just looks weird.
it
Whatever.
does look weird, but
It
listen,
does.
once it's over my head look, if it's over my head, you can't really
I
you can
can.
kinda see
No,
them.
you can. But I mean,
Okay,
you don't
good.
have to you don't, I like
Listen,
that you're still using them because they are the best headphones.
they are
They're
the best
so
headphones, but
comfortable.
they were so trashed, it was kind of gross. They were falling apart, like, every time I took them off,
Mhm.
there was, like, pieces of sponge, like, around my hands.
That's
It's
gross.
gross. I know. I
Ugh.
think we're done though. Our and this is
Alright,
a
yeah,
quick
I think we're
show
done.
today
It
because we
was.
covered all the things. Unless anybody has a question for us, we're happy to open
Yeah, let's answer
questionnaire,
questions for all
but we're not
two and
gonna
a
like
half of you that are listening
By the way, I
live
mean,
with us.
speaking of that, we stream live. We stream our show live. That's how we record the
Yes,
show.
we
Just to
do.
let you all know that you can definitely come and connect with us and watch us. You could have seen me bedcasting today
Mhm.
because
Yeah,
I
you
am in
missed
a new
out.
location. You missed out on that. And also, I'm using I told this is my mobile setup. So I'm using the Shure MV88 Plus, which I love, and it sounds really good. Doesn't it look good?
Mhm. Yes.
I mean, not look
It
good,
sounds
sound good?
great.
It
It
sounds
looks
great,
like a
great.
micro penis, but it sounds amazing. Sorry. It sounds really good though. The audio is fantastic. S Sorry.
I mean,
Penises
listen,
are funny every
look at
time.
how cute it is, though. Look,
Penises
now I can
exact
never look at this again and not
I'm
see
sorry.
that. Now I
I'm
can never see
sorry.
it.
I've never seen one up close. I'm just saying I imagine that's
Look
what it
at
would
it,
look
how
like.
cute. It's so cute, but now I can never not un I can
I
never
ruined it. I
unsee
ruined
that.
it. I didn't mean to ruin it for you. Look how
But it's
mad
a
she is.
listen, I love
Sorry.
this little microphone. It's amazing,
Mm.
and so I it's so easy to carry. Oh my god. I can I
The only
can
thing that would
never
be better would be if it was flesh colored.
stop. Jessica Kupferman,
Sorry,
listen,
but you see what I mean? You
loving
are funny,
I've
just
been
not on
loving
purpose.
it's this time you're the one that did that whole thing. You did it. I was just talking about how awesome the mic is,
Your
and
mi
now I can never unsee. I can never
your
unsee
mobile
it.
setup is fantastic. We are rocking disheveled chic today, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I like to call disheveled chic. And just now, Elsie, your ponytail was coming around your ears like two little like hound doggy ears. It's funny. Because you have
Oh
like
my
one
god.
piece on each side. We
Listen,
look really good today, guys.
my hair is so long, I can't even put it in the thing anymore. It's so annoying.
Is it long enough where like sometimes you accidentally sit on it when you sit down?
Not quite that. I'm not
You
Crystal
have to
Gale
like
length
move
just
it so
yet.
it doesn't dip in the toilet? Is that how long it is?
No, I have not gotten to that length, but it does
You're
have to
not
be
far
cut off.
away. I know you're
It
not
has to
far
be cut.
away.
It has got to be cut off. All I'm
When
saying
you
is it's
cut it
gotta be
off, how short are you gonna make it?
not that. I mean, I would say about like I could cut off a foot of my hair and
At
still have it.
least.
Nobody would know the difference even.
No.
Nobody would be like, "Oh, look, Elsie cut her hair." Like no one would know.
I would notice because last time I saw you, I was like, wow,
It's
it's
just
so
long.
long.
Yes.
Anyway, all right,
Anyway,
sorry.
all
Okay.
I'm saying is like again, big shout out to the to the Shure MV88 Plus, which is the best microphone ever. And you can carry
It
it in
is
this little thingy. Like, look, you just
it
like
has
it's
a
kind of like a
pouch.
it's got a little pouch that looks like a makeup brush
It
pouch.
does.
And it's that
Shure makes
light.
great microphones. I'm talking into a Shure as well. We love Shure. This is a very cute setup for mobile and it sounds really good. Like you'd never know that it wasn't her normal microphone. She'll never look at it the same way again, but that's my job as her friend and sister is to ruin things she loves. It's like one of my skills. Like I've honed it to a sharp knife T
Oh
is to
my god.
ruin things that Elsie loves. And
Yes.
this is a perfect example.
This is
She'll
not
also
okay.
never ask for socks on a holiday wish list ever again because I
Yes, I
ruined
will.
that.
I will
No,
continue.
you
I was
won't.
just saying I wanted new socks. But whatever. Let's
No, it was
continue on. We're not going to keep talking about socks.
Thank
Don't
you
worry.
guys so much for
Yes.
listening to She Podcast. Again, this is episode 375, and you can catch us live every Monday at 1 o'clock on our Facebook page and also our YouTube channel and also LinkedIn on our company page. And please go and find us there and like it because I think we have not that many people that follow us on LinkedIn. And also, we're on Pinterest now, too. So you can find us on Pinterest.
Wow.
Find us everywhere. We're at She Podcast literally everywhere. Like you dream it up. I'm there with She Podcasts on it. Elsie and I are there. Also, we have a membership and we would like for you to join it. So if you need some extra assistance and hand holding and support and encouragement and cheerleading, go to membership.shepodcast.com. And also stay tuned for our event. Our event is coming up, but it's not till June. So I won't tell you more other than it's coming up in June. So thank you guys so much again.
Love.
Love you.
Mean it.
Bye.
Yay, we did
I
it.
almost forgot what to say at the end there.
I had to remind you.
All right, I'm gonna hit stop.
I am very sad by the fact that you have
And I
mutilated
called
my.
your I didn't mutilate. First of all, that's not a nice thing to say about a micro penis. You don't say the word mutilate in the same sentence as micro penis. What is wrong with you? It's so hurtful to people that have a micro penis. It's not mutilated. It's different. It has a different differences.
Dude.
Oh, John just caught the end.
What did John
um,
say?
he said, I just caught the end probably when I was like mutilated. And I told you micro
This John,
or
listen.
Mike
My
looks like a
microphone,
micro
listen, my
penis.
John, I'm happy with this mobile setup that I have. This is the MV88 Plus, which you have known about for a
Yeah.
while because I've been talking about forever. And so I said, this is my new mobile setup. And Jessica decided to say this, oh, it looks like a micro penis. And now I can never unsee it.
I mean, it does though. If you were to imagine one in microphone form, not that you would, but if you did, this is what it would look like. And the only reason I now see microphones as penises is because you dreamed up the brilliant idea of having a flesh colored one. Like, whose fucking idea is that? Look, John says it does. Thank you, John.
Well, all I'm saying is that now I can
We
never
know it
unsee
does.
that.
That's why she can't unsee it. If it was not accurate, it wouldn't bother her.
This would be
But it does
correct.
bother her. But look, all microphones kind of look like a penis. It's hard
Size
not to.
matters. It's funny. Says size matters. Listen, actually,
mean-
for here, it actually does, and I'm happy that it's so small because it doesn't weigh. Because it doesn't. Because it doesn't weight
Size
my
matters.
bag.
It actually does. And I'm happy that it's so small because it can fit in my bag.
Yes.
If I just clip that without any context, people will think that Randy has a pinky
John
finger
Buchanan's-
for a penis.
Listen, of course it doesn't sound as good as the Shure SM7B because the Shure SM7B is a $500 microphone. This is not.
Woohoo!
This is
Why
not. And also, the Shure SM7B is like, yeah, it's super fancy. It's like you can't beat the Shure SM7B for a micro
phone.
for a portable microphone. This is the best microphone ever, I think. I would say, and it sounds really good.
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I'm not sorry because it's brilliant.
Yes. All right.
Content.
I think that we're done, dude. We have people like, oh, now we have 8 people watching.
I know.
When we're talking about penises.
Now we're done.
It's like, now we're done.
Which kind of makes you think we maybe should change our content a little bit.
To penises? To peanut? Just talking about
Every
penises?
time we do, we get a lot of attention. Maybe we should start a different show about penises.
About bed casting?
And bed casting. And yeah, I mean, whatever comes into our sneaky little brains, I guess. So yeah, Bonnie's right. The penis talk brings them in. And then we just got to hook them with something related to podcasting. What? I don't know. But if we can bring them in with penis talk, then we'll have a good
No,
base
we
for
cannot have the episode.
meaningful conversation. Listen, you're mad that people are using like an audio pop-up system to get downloads. Meanwhile, we're reeling them in with talking about penises. How's this better? It's still misleading no matter how you slice it. Never say slice and penis in the same sentence either. Don't say mutilate. Don't say slice. Very bad.
Oh
Should that
man.
be the I mean, nothing against the micro penis. I'm sure they're delightful.
I don't even know what to say about that because I
I
don't
don't
want
want to say bad things about it because, they're out there.
right. That's what I'm saying. But
And they have
also,
every right to join the rest of
why
the
is
penis
there that
crowd.
even like all I know is oh my god.
Because it has a short, stumpy end, your mic.
Yes.
It's like
Well, no, it
normal
doesn't actually. If
bulb.
you take off the little bulb, it doesn't even look like that anymore.
What does it look like?
It's teeny. Wait, hold on.
Now that looks like a micro penis.
Does it?
I was wrong before. This is how they actually look. I don't know. Why would I know? I have no idea what it looks like. But like, look at that tiny little, yeah. No, it doesn't look like a penis anymore. But I mean, if you are talking about micro penises, I could see where it might.
Yeah, but this isn't. Yeah, it doesn't look.
Ooh,
It's
that's
when
loud.
I know when you have this thing on it. Oh.
Yeah, that's better. Yep, just screw the head back on. Just twist it.
Oh my god, I'm gonna make this. It's all right, but it's great. It's great, and you can like turn. Yeah, it's really awesome. I love my
It's
little.
awesome.
It
All right,
is.
well, it's
Right.
Yom Kippur, so I'm gonna go atone for my sins.
Oh my
Peace
god,
out.
Jessica, this conversation right before Yom Kippur.
I
Is that
know.
Yom Kippur or Yom Kippur?
Either way, Yom Kippur, Yom Kippur.
Okay, Yom
Either way, it's
Kippur.
the day I'm supposed to say I'm sorry for all the bad things I've done, and I feel you should have the longest letter this year because I've done the most to you than anyone else.
Hey, listen, my time for atonement is actually not now. It's on Good Friday, which is the opposite of it. It's actually prior to Good Friday. It's like anyway, but that's when we have the day of what you're having the day of, which is the whole like
Starve
quiet and
yourself and
like
feel like shit.
and like yeah, and like look at all the, be sad. Not sad, but introspective and like looking at
Mhm.
all the things and atoning, yeah, and then being sorry and all of the
Yeah.
things for your sins and everything. So, anyway.
I mean, John says that'll take a while. You better get to it. It's true. I do have a long list. It's true. I don't even know if I could cover it all in one day. I might have to fast for 2. And I mean, it's not the sins like lust and what are wrath. It's more just the sin of being a shitty person. Not on purpose, but in general. Like the other day when like Scott was dying of 103 fever and I was like, "Could you shiver a little quieter? I can't sleep."
Oh,
Like I was such a jerk.
poor guy.
Oh my god. But
So
he's had a fever. He's had a fever for like 3 days.
this
So
is not
like
good.
so yeah, so I was just like cuz he's in his bed going and I was like, "I'm trying to sleep though. Like I
Is
know
he
you're
sick?
sick."
Does he have COVID?
No, he has been tested for COVID. No, actually his fever is like slightly better today, but it has been since like Friday and I was getting crazy.
How did
And
he
my
get
house is a
sick?
mess.
Like, how does one get sick?
His immune system isn't great. Who knows
Yeah,
where he
but
got it?
nobody like, oh, maybe somebody came in the house or whatever
Yes,
from the
actually,
travel.
Laura was over and she and Izzy did have COVID last weekend or whenever it was Rosh Hashanah. But yeah, that's kind of since when he's been sick, actually. I wonder if that's what he has. I don't know. It's just been a fever mostly. No throwing up, no nothing, just a
We
fever.
should
It's
probably
terrible.
like not keep on streaming to like
Right.
LinkedIn.
Bye. I'm
Okay.
gonna go anyway because my brisket's done. I gotta eat and then atone. So I'll see you guys next week. And thank you, Miss
Okay.
Elsie.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye. And we're gonna take this off.